Hey, what's up? It's your boy Paul Brentley. Let's get into the Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 8. I know I'm over. I know I'm late, but been busy. But I said let's get into this episode. So we start off with Drew. So Drew is actually at home. Her baby girl being sick and stuff. So she doing her baby girl checking her temperature and stuff. Temperature is doing okay. So she's showing off, I want to say to her assistant or somebody, the dance moves for her upcoming music video. And, she couldn't remember the 8 count, which is not shocking. She said she ain't did it in a while. I'm like, okay, girl. So she finally do the 8 count, some of what she could do, that she could remember and stuff. After that, she ended up having a talk with Ralph about the family because the mama um, coming in town for the weekend, and her sister is finally coming in town. So the sister ain't been to that house since they moved in because come to find out, the sister used to manage her career and everything. The sister had a mental breakdown during COVID, and they do a flashback of her on the phone with the sister crying and stuff and whatever, how she felt and whatever and stuff. And she talking to Ralph about it and telling Ralph, my sister coming down. She really can't wait to come down to really talk to you because come to find out that the sister told him about herself. The last time that she was down there, and I want to say the old house they must have lived in, she told him about herself. Told him exactly who he was, that he's a manipulator, he controlling. Everything she said was true. So he banished her from the palace. He banished her from the palace. And she ain't been there since, but she's coming down. So he feel a certain way about it. And he said, we're going to have to take it one step at a time because I may have to excuse myself, you know, from being around her. And I'm like, you sound stupid. Because at the end of the day, if whatever she said, the things that she said, if there was not true, it shouldn't be an issue. Plain and simple, it shouldn't be an issue. Like she ain't been to this house since it happened. And you have not allowed her to come to the house. At the end of the day, she Drew here telling him what's finna go down and seeing if it's okay. It's like at the end of the day, that's your house too. And it's like this is what it would have been plain and simple. Family coming, mom and sister coming down. Sister's also being brought her. She got a friend, one of her friends driving her down, and so that's what's going on there. So we move on to Sheree. So Sheree's at home. She working, on She by Sheree. She working with one of her managers. They going over the new stuff for the line for She by Sheree. She got new stuff coming out, baby stuff, because of her granddaughter and stuff. So she got new stuff coming out, and she getting that stuff together and everything. And so she ended up saying that she needs to talk to Candy about their issues because she didn't get to talk to her at the brunch that she set up because of all that stuff that went down. So she sent her a text, Candy a text telling her, hey girl, I want to have we didn't get a chance to talk at the brunch, so I wanted to know if we could maybe meet up, go for a walk or something. And she said she got time. Candy responded back saying, yeah, she got time, she can do that. So, they ended up doing that. From there, we move on to Marlo. So Marlo is at home working. She at home working. She on her social media doing a live with for her foundation with a young lady, foster girl, had her on talk about her experience and stuff as a foster kid and everything. We got to see a little bit of that Then that ended. Then Sonya come over to check on her homegirl, see how she doing, and tell Marlo about Mommy Nation. Her Mommy Nation getting a deal. Her Mommy Nation merchandise end up getting picked up by a big brand online store. End up picking up the merchandise, and so she got a chance to tell her home girl. She glad that she got a chance to tell Marlo, and Marlo's so excited for her and everything. And then that's when Marlo told her, like, girl, I got some tell you something, girl, I'm going on a blind date. And Marlo like, what? And she was saying, well, girl, for real? I said, yeah. And so, and all that stuff. Before we get into that, we're gonna get into the drama. So Sonya brought up Sonya was like, I wish that the girls got to know the Marlo that I know. Cause when I noticed that when you're around these girls, they bring out the other side of Marlo. And it's true, they do. They don't get to know the Marlo that I know. The full all around Marlo. And I said they don't. I said, but they don't take the chance to actually get to know Marlo. They really don't. I'm gonna be honest, they don't. They don't want to and they don't care. So Marlo gives them the same energy they give her. Plain and simple. So she said, how things went down at, the brunch and stuff. Shouldn't have went down and stuff like that. So Marlo said, it's what it Marlo said, yeah, I wish that it didn't. They didn't bring that side of me out and whatever. Marlo said, but I'm over it. It's what it is. We gonna move forward from that. She ain't. It's in the past. She ain't. It's what it is. What it is. So we moving on to Marlo the dating and stuff. So Sonya, she and Marlo telling Sonya that her besties the one hooked her up on this date, this blind date, and she ended up finding out one thing about the guy, that he's Jamaican. And Sonya went, yeah, you need a Jamaican girl. You need one. You need a Jamaican man. That's what you need. That's what you need. I was like, damn, that. Still two is the best. So, she said, like, girl, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I don't know about this. I don't know. What to ask him. Shane, what I'm going to ask. So, Sonya, you need to just be, Shane, just be nice. Ask some nice questions like, Marlo, like, what's your credit score? How much you got in the bank? I said, girl. I said she ain't lying. And Sonya was like, no, you don't answer that. You ask him like what he like to do, what's his interest, stuff like that. Marlo kept going. What that 401k look like? I said, girl. I love me some Marlo. Marlo just kept playing. But she was serious. I'm like, well, shoot. But she gonna ask, say, so they cracking up, having a good chit chat. So we move on from there. Um, we move on to we move on from there. We move on to okay, we move on to Sheree and Candy. So they meet up at the park. Candy got on, a little jogging suit. Finally got on something that actually matched. For one, in some gym shoes. She finally was matching. I was actually shocked. She finally was matching from head to toe with with a nice jogging suit on, a nice little breeze coat, and some gym shoes. But you got Sheree and a nice little, she by Sheree, active wear jogging suit with some heels. in a fur with the good hair on. Cause she said, "Girl, I know you ain't gonna be." She went, "Girl, you ain't gonna really exercise or anything. We ain't gonna really be walking." So she went, "Shoot, girl." She went, "I just put on the good stuff." I said, "Bitch." So they talking and stuff, little chit chat. Sheree asked her how she been and stuff like that. She said, "I'm good, you always getting into it with people." I know, I'm always getting into it with the girls every time we come around. She went, "So what you gonna do? What's gonna happen between you and Marlo?" Because she went, y'all last time you made up, all she had to give you was a bucket of chicken." That's that bitch, a bucket of chicken, yeah. Well, she gonna have to give you 2 buckets of chicken and some sides. And Candy, you funny girl, you funny girl, you funny, but nah, it's over, girl. But you're right, way for real. What you really gonna do? And it's like, girl, yeah, all she gotta do is give you food, and you overlook it. Like, girl, she ain't did nothing. I said at the end of the day, Marlo ain't did nothing to you. All she asking for you is to be considerate. Be considerate and be honest. And you can't be honest or truthful about what's really going on in your life or about anything. That's really what it was. But moving on, so they get down to the nitty gritty while they there in the park. So they go sit down. So Sheree was like, so right there, my issue with you was, you've been on other platforms, actually talking about my business, and Candy acts, she kills me acting dumb, like, girl, what are you talking about? I don't understand how was I talking about your business? She went, girl, you shaded my business. You've been shading my business nonstop, girl. That's what you've been doing. And she said, Sheree, well, I'm always supporting you. Sheree said, I didn't went to your restaurant. And she went, I went to your restaurant, I brought 12 people. 12 people. And she went, it took over 3 hours to get served and fed. Yeah. And when the food finally came, the order was wrong. But she went, I didn't get on social media or anything or the radio station or nothing to say anything about your business. But she went, but you getting on platforms and stuff and saying stuff about my business and then turn around and say stuff about, oh, at the fashion show when stuff didn't, you didn't get anything. Oh, and then saying that stuff that was on the runway wasn't on the website, stuff like that. Wait, a lot of stuff ain't on the run. A lot of stuff is not on from runway. It's not on the website yet. So she went into explaining how this and that to Candy, and Candy act like, da 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 da. And, you know, Candy was like, it's she by, it's it's more like she by Sheen. And Sheree went, hold up, Sheree, she by Sheen. It ain't no she by Sheen. I said, girl. I said, Candy sliding them in, sliding the shade this in, and I'm like, girl, what's with this? It's ah, and she said, like, girl. So Sheree brings up, like, Sheree went, when you had that store called Tags, she went, and the shirt she went, you can only wear one time. You watch it and it was ruined. I can't. I didn't. That wasn't my product. That wasn't my product. That wasn't my brand. I was just selling it. Yes, you was. I said, you gotta understand something. When you are selling products from a different brand, from other brands, you selling it from out of your store. At the end of the day, that becomes your product because you bought that. You bought that item. So you are, yeah. Come on now, you should know that. But they get into argument about that. And she said, at least you could physically get my product. At least you could physically get the product. And I'm like, oh God. And Sheree went, girl, Sheree, when I had a store, girl, I had to close it down. Because I was, at that time, I was going through a marriage, doing a divorce. And Candy went, why are we sitting here arguing, girl? Why? So they going back and forth, back and forth. So at the end of the day, they ended up coming to an agreement. Candy acknowledged that she should have not been talking about Sheree business in that way, and she apologized for that. And Sheree was like, "Thank you." And Candy busted out like, Candy like, for real. Sheree, what? Sheree, why? Thank you. Candy like bust out laughing like, really? She like, why? Girl, Sheree, I ain't gonna let you steal my shine. Sheree, I ain't gonna let you steal my joy. Sheree, what? I'm happy, girl. I'm happy. I said, damn, man. Because I like, at the end of the day, I said, Kenny, that's all you had to, it's like you can do that with Sheree, but you couldn't do that with Marlo. I said, but it explains your true character. You always showed your true character, but I think a lot of people overlooks it. They've been overlooking it. I seen it from day one, but I digest. Let's move on. So they ended they on good terms, so they good. So Sheree said, we good now. Sheree said we're gonna end it here. So Sheree and her confessed that, I got an apology and stuff, so we're good and everything. So moving on from there, we move on to okay, we move on to Kenya. So they end up showing a clip of Kenya at home with Brooklyn baking, and she tried it because Brooklyn wanted to eat. They making cookies, and Brooklyn trying to eat taco chip. And you can tell that Kenya don't have a clue what to do with a child, because Brooklyn is too much for her. That baby is driving her crazy because Brooklyn got too much energy for her. But it's like you should be used to it because you the same way. You got too much energy, but Brooklyn is dragging her wild because Brooklyn said, "Can I eat the chocolate chip?" And she ain't, no, Brooklyn, no, I don't think so. She looking at the package. Brooklyn like, I already did. Yeah, I'm thinking, you should. So we move on from that little clip of her. We move on to Candy. So they show Candy and Todd sitting down with somebody, one of his people he worked with for they doing that The Pass, I think, movie that she a part of, and they sitting down going through who they casted and whatever, and he cast Drew as the wife to play the wife in the movie who has a intimate scene with a woman, and Candy decided not to be in that scene with a friend because she don't want to be seen as the girl that turns her friends out. And I'm like, girl, bye. It's like y'all ain't. It's like you really not doing anything. It's y'all not doing nothing. To be honest, you're playing like you actually being turned out, girl. Please. So yeah, Todd picked Drew because he said he think Drew is a good actress and she would do good at that job, at that role. And I said, yeah, she will. I said, Drew can act. Like, Drew is an actress. Candy, Candy ain't no actress. She barely is. Candy ain't even a singer, but, she's not an actress. But moving on. So we move on from there. We move on to We move on to Drew's music video. So they at the skating ring, get ready to shoot the video and stuff. Some of the girls are coming. She invite Courtney, Sonya, Minyetta, Kenya, who looked at a damn fool. Who looked at a fool? Oh my God, she looked at a horrible fool. Invited them, so um, Candy didn't come, and Candy didn't even text her or anything to let her know that she was not coming. So yeah, she ended up asking. So Kenya said like, "Oh, you don't know that she ain't coming? She ain't know." So you know, and on top of that, Drew really didn't know how to skate. So yeah. So as they filming it and stuff, we got the family there, Drew there, her mama, her sister. Her sister's, being supportive and very happy about it. Drew ended up Ralph ended up asking the sister, how she feel about everything being here and stuff. And the sister ended up breaking down and saying, she's very happy about this because she said, this has been her vision before, that the skating ring and everything, and shooting this video and stuff like this. This had already been something that they had planned before she stopped managing her baby sister. So it's like it all is happening all at once, and she's just happy to be here to actually not, now that she's not her sister manager, she can enjoy it and just be supportive for her sister. So Ralph and her hug and everything, and they do a little chit chatting, which was nice and stuff. And Ralph feel like they can rebuild, them two can build a better relationship. And I think so, that it'll be good and whatever for them to build a better relationship. Um, he just hurt because somebody told him about himself. That's it. That's all it is. She told him about herself. But I said the bad thing about it is Drew don't see it. She may see it now as they getting a divorce and whatever, but she still don't see it. She still don't get it that much, really. So, you got that scene, Drew finally come over after they get finished doing the skating part of the video to check on everybody. The mama ended up crying because her girls are all together and stuff, and all this good stuff. So we ended up ending there on a good note. We move on to Marlo. So Marlo at home getting ready to go on her blind date. I want to say the youngest nephew was in there, and I want to say one of the besties was there and asked like, "Do you want an uncle?" He went no. And Marla said neither one of them want an uncle. I said they don't want no uncle. What you thought? They don't want nobody coming up in there. They told her enjoy herself. This nephew said enjoy yourself. But they you really can't laugh. So on her way there, her driver, he's excited for her to go on this blind date. Really excited for her to get back out and date and stuff. She's excited and nervous, and so I want to say she called Sonya and whatever. It said, bitch, you ain't called, girl, you ain't called me or nothing. And the chat called me trying. So they end up doing a little chit chat and stuff. And she tells Sonya like, what you been up, girl? You been hanging out? You ain't trade? Or been hanging out with who? I've been hanging out. I caught up with some of the girls. Hung out with Drew. Went to Drew music video. And hung out with some of the girls today. And she went, oh, okay, girl. So she told her, Sonya said, girl, so you be, the deal, what you supposed to do, girl, on the date and everything. Have fun, girl, have fun. She's like, yeah, girl, I think I'm going to call Drew and see how she doing, see what she gonna see what she say, y'all. So she hung out with Sonya and stuff. And she said, I'm gonna call this bitch. Let me call this bitch. I went, girl. So she called her and she went, hey, beautiful. She went, hey, beautiful. She said, Drew went, hi. So I just want to call and congratulate you on your music video and everything. And she went, oh, she went, thank you. She went, I'm shocked that you even calling me. And she went, yeah. She went, girl, you won't believe. She said, what you up to? So I'm actually shooting my music video. She went, okay. She went, that's good. She went, girl, you won't believe what I'm up to. She said, what is it? So I'm going on a blind date. She went, for real? She went, yeah, I'm serious. I'm going on a blind date. She went, oh, okay. Well, she said, well, what's wrong? She said, well, I want to know since I'm just going to keep it 100 with you, girl. Since we are friends and stuff, I just want to know what really went on between us. Because I didn't like the way the way you was talking to me when, oh, Marla went, girl, I apologize. Because I didn't know that you felt that way when I called you, when I called you, what was it, FU something. She said, I didn't know that that affected you in that way. And she said, I truly am sorry. I apologize. And so Drew went into a lot, everybody know how Drew is. Drew gonna over exaggerate and make it longer and feeling like, girl, but I just want to let you know you ain't really been in Shane. Shane, girl, I'm sorry, Shane. It must be a different thing because Shane, I'm from Miami and you from Chi-Town. From Miami, when somebody call you a bitch, this, that, la, 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 it don't mean nothing, girl. We just talking. It don't mean all this. It just talking, girl. Yeah. Drew feeling a certain way about it. And Drew said, you haven't really been a Shane. Well, at the same time, Drew really didn't accept the apology. Drew really didn't accept the apology. Drew kept going like, you really have not really been, you haven't been a real friend to me. And Marlo just hung up, bitch. Marlo said, this bitch play too much. So this bitch play too much. So that's why y'all funny built ass. Her funny box built ass. That's why she wonder why her man ain't looking at her. He looking all over here at all this voluptuousness. I said, girl, you ain't lying, girl. You ain't lying. She is shaped like a box, girl. I said she is. I said, girl, shaped like a box. She shaped like a box, y'all. Y'all know she is. So, Marlo going off, y'all. Going off. And everything in her acid reflex acting up. Because it scared the driver. So they finally made it to her destination, which was a strip mall. She went, oh my God. She went, oh my God. She went, a strip mall the first day? She went, all right. But come to find out, the guy actually owns the restaurant. He's a chef. He's a nice guy. He's a nice looking guy. He's nice. My problem is, my biggest problem was the t-shirt. He had on a black t-shirt. It's like, hold up. You on a blind date and you don't dress to impress. The lady, the lady that you're going, you're going on a blind date. You're going on any date, no matter who it's with, guy, girl, whoever. You should dress up. You should dress to impress. Period. Even if you going outside, period. But he didn't even dress up. He had on a black shirt, jewelry. Like his pants he had a nice pair of pants or whatever. But I'm like, your shirt should have been at least, you could have had on a polo shirt, something, button down or not. Just had on a really nice shirt to go with that outfit. To at least show that you care about yourself. And to show her that, oh, okay, all right. But that was my biggest thing with him. But So the date went smooth. She actually did what her good girlfriend, good Judy, told her to do. She did that. We ended up finding out he got 3 kids. He got a 15 or 16-year old. He got a 2-year old and a 1-year old. Y'all, when he said 2 and 1, I went, oh baby. I said red flag, cause Marlo went red flag because she said she don't date nobody with a child 5 and under. Cause that means he was on the list going. He was on the no list. She was not going no. First date, that was the end of the date. But the date actually went good because they had a lot in common. He been in and out of jail and stuff like that. And he didn't have a bad past and whatever, but who don't? Some people do, some people don't. So, they ended up clicking. And she said, he looked like the black so he looked like the black Santa Claus. Yeah, what girl? And stuff. She went, I may have to bypass my rule of, the 5 and under. I said, yeah, you may have, girl, because it's like I said, yeah, you've been on the dry summer for 4 years. And them toys ain't helping, girl. So you need to pick me up. Badly, girl. So she ended up having a good time. And they traded numbers and stuff. He said, like, I got sure you got my number. He went, yeah. He went, I'm gonna use it too. So I said, I'm very happy that it did work out. But yeah, that kids, that's gonna be, we'll see. We'll see. I said, I can see Marlo dating him for a minute, for a minute. I see her dating him for a minute. He'll be in the roster. Yeah, I said she like date him but date some other guys. Don't just date one. Date multiple, girl. Date multiple. Don't just date one girl, date more. I said, yeah, keep it in rotation. That's what you need to do. Yeah, but that's all that happened. Like, subscribe, comment, share all social medias. It's your boy Paul Brantley. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I will be back with y'all with the next episode. I'm going to try by tomorrow before the new one come out. We'll see. Cause I just been busy. Bye, y'all.